Hi, hello. Hello.
Hi. This is awkward.
Okay, let's try again. Okay.
Right.
Hello and welcome to this kind of new podcast that's we are going to call the Thursday Knitting Club, even though it's not Thursday, but you know, we don't really care about things like that, do we? No. My name is Nicky.
I'm Marina.
And we're two friends who've known each other. We've just checked actually, who've known each other for 9 years as knitting BFFs, really, haven't we?
Yeah. And live BFFs.
And life BFFs, yeah. We've seen a lot together, been through a lot together. And yeah, we decided it's about time that we got together and did a podcast. So I am also on social media. I'm my Articrafty Scrapbook, and you are
Irina's Pearls.
okay.
P-U-R-L-S.
Yeah, the play on the knitting thing. Yeah. And obviously, I'll put, seeing as I've drawn the short straw and I'm doing all the editing, I will. I'll put everything down below as best I can where you can find us. And it's mostly Instagram, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not really
Yeah,
anywhere else.
no.
Yeah. And I think we didn't discuss it actually, we're going to put this on my channel. Or we're going to have a new channel. We'll create a new channel.
Whichever.
A new YouTube channel.
Yeah, could do.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Yeah,
but yeah.
fascinating.
And if you're watching it, then you found us anyway. So anyway, yeah. So we're both on the south coast of the United Kingdom. I'm a little bit more on the south coast than Irina is, but we're near enough. And we thought we'd come to you and talk to you about what we're knitting. Irina, I'm going to say, is a prolific knitter.
Yeah.
She produces. So I'm talking all the time. Over to you.
No, that's fine. Well, I don't know, 2 sweaters in 2 weeks.
A week?
No, not that fast. But yeah, well, because I always work on 2 projects. So I often finish them at the same time, and it takes me about 2 weeks, maybe a bit more, to knit 1 sweater. But I do knit a lot, like every minute, so whenever I can, basically. So,
yeah, and you travel quite a lot, so you always have your knitting.
Oh.
So we'll jump right into what we're wearing.
Yeah, you go first.
Shall I go first?
Yeah.
So I'm wearing the Treit top by Kate Davies. I did write in my notes because obviously I'm prepared.
Yeah, well done.
And this is in Milarrochy Tweed. But again, it's a yarn by Kate Davies Designs. It's quite an oldie but a goodie. And it's knit in the Foxglove colourway. And it's a real old favourite of mine. I do wear it quite a lot.
It's quite soft.
It is soft for what is basically Shetland wool. It's very, very fine gauge. It's fingering weight, but it's slubby. It's uneven spun. But I don't know if you can see. I don't want to make a noise standing up. It's got tweed. Obviously, the name clue is in the name. The Milarrochy Tweed. I knit mine quite big, and then obviously just tucked it there. And yeah, really like it. Love this yarn. I really, really love this yarn. I've got a whole box of it in my stash. It's knit on. This was knit on 3.75mm needles, and I even looked at the gauge. It's a 24 stitch gauge.
Yeah.
So actually, because it's quite loose gauge, you could almost get a double knit with that, could you?
Yeah, I guess it blooms a lot, doesn't it, this yarn?
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really does, and it's, you know, for such a fine yarn to be knit on a 24 stitch gauge, I think.
Yeah.
I'm quite a tight knitter, but all the same. So you could definitely knit it with sport weight, and then possibly again depending on your gauge. And there's also a long sleeve version. So if you want to, like I said, it's an oldie but a goodie.
It doesn't have any short rows, does it?
No. So you wouldn't like that, which we're going to see in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very straightforward, top down. Lovely bit of simple lace on the yoke.
Yeah.
So it's quite a quick knit, really. So yeah. So over to you.
Well, I'm wearing this annoying sweater. Sorry. It looks pretty enough. Well, depending on what you like. But it's blouse number 3 by My Favourite Things Knitwear. And I really love this pattern when I saw it. It's really simple, just basically rib and garter stitch.
It's really effective.
Ridges. So yeah, it's very simple. But the annoying bit about it is that it doesn't have any short rows, and I find it really frustrating. I do think I've knitted slightly bigger size than I should have done. So my
it's going the right way.
My raglan Well, it's not raglan, it's
top shoulder, isn't it?
Yeah, but my shoulder hands, just my sleeves hang way too low, my arm sizes.
Yeah.
And I think that makes it really uncomfortable because it's when I lift my arms, everything goes up a lot.
And the back particularly goes up,
and because
it?
there's no short rows, first of all, this thing strangles me all the time. And at the back, it looks really weird and it goes up a lot. So,
apologies for the chair noise. Our chairs are noisy. I can't do anything about that.
But so I love the pattern. I love using yarn on cone. That's my thing.
Yeah,
I love combed yarns.
Yeah,
and this was, I think it's like commercially produced at yarn on cone, but I bought it abroad, so I don't think it's available when it came. But it's 95% merino wool and 5% cashmere. I think it's way too low on cashmere now. It's way too low on cashmere and it's slightly scratchy, so I don't think it's that great.
Yeah, you wouldn't know there's cashmere in that,
no,
but it's not. No. It's not a harsh yarn. It's still a nice yarn.
I think it gets the only cashmere does is like gives it a slight halo, but I've realised that like 10% cashmere makes a lot more difference.
Okay.
And 20%, 30% makes it so good, so lovely. So that's what
I
now aim for.
10% upwards on cashmere content.
Yeah.
Is it? It's not seamed, is it?
No, it's just
it's got a really pretty.
I can't remember what it's called. This sleeve construction, you just increase on each side of one line, and then and it just goes a very long.
Because all the points meet really nicely there. That's really.
Well, I think that's why I would have normally added the short rows, but because it was just all so neat here.
Yeah.
And I'm a lazy knitter, and I couldn't be bothered to think about it too
sideways.
much.
Can we see if we could try and...
Couldn't be bothered to figure it out.
So there's a lovely this diagonal line here.
Yeah. So basically, I think it's a perfect pattern for maybe taller ladies with slightly less frontage. Yeah. But because we're generous in our fronts.
What's the nice way of putting it?
Yeah, we need short rows. We need short rows. Please. Yeah, so it doesn't strangle us like here. So so I think it looks really nice, but I wouldn't knit it again without any modifications because it's annoying to wear and I just constantly tug on it, and I feel like I should have made it maybe a bit longer and
could have done a dip hem at the back maybe.
Yeah, but I just
can't be bothered.
I'll wear it once in a while because I wear all my knits, but I'm just no. But yes, that's what I'm wearing.
So it looks great, but obviously wearability is kind of a thumbs down.
Yeah. I think a lot of people don't like that there is like a little fold here as well because of the lack of short rows. I think because I made it a bigger, it ended up bigger than I think I thought it would be. It's not quite as obvious.
I must admit, from the pattern pictures, I didn't like that. That sort
some
of
people
fold
don't
bit
like
there.
it. Some people seem to like that. But I think because it's more generous here overall, I think it doesn't fold as much.
No.
But I think the short rows would have obviously sold the folding thing too.
Yeah.
But the pattern's lovely. I think she does have my favorite things into her. She does have another sweater in the same pattern. Stitch pattern, but I don't know if that one's any better in terms of short rowing. I think that's the sweater. Oh yeah, she's got sweater number 28.
It's got the same issue, in front, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's got the same issue of the fold. So yeah,
hold that picture up to camera so people can see.
Yeah, you can kind of see the fold there on the neck.
It's it's very stylised. It's a bit bizarre.
Yeah, it's so pretty. Like the pattern is so pretty. Like as you said, this line is so lovely.
Yeah.
It would be nice if someone figured out some kind of neat way of adding short rows to this without ruining the overall look. But
you could do that.
Oh God, yeah. Or I'll move on and knit another 300 sweaters.
Yeah, basically. Okay, so that's what we're wearing. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
Recent FOs, because obviously we haven't been here before, so we've just picked up a few of our recent finished objects to share with you. My first one is my dust bunny.
Lovely name.
So this is the Dust Bunny cardigan. I'll put it on in a sec. There you go. Look at that. By Beata Jezek, who's the dye behind Hedgehog Fibres, and this is a free pattern. So it was one of those when I just saw it. It caught my eye on good old Instagram, and I thought. I hadn't knit with hand-dyed yarn for ages, And I thought, I really, really fancy that. And so I did it, sort of bought it. Sorry, I don't clobber you when I put this
No, I
on.
just want you to be in the shot.
Yeah, so if I sort of stand up, you'll see the length of it. So we've got to get the knack of this camera. And if you look at you can see that it's a very open gauge, but it's sort of bright colour. This is the Moonstone colourway, but this is one you can throw on. I love it. It's really light, but obviously very warm. It's an alpaca silk blend, and it's the yarn is called just their Alpaca Boucle, and you only need 2 skeins.
How was it to knit with? Is it like catchy on your needles?
A little bit. I couldn't just blasé knit away. I had to keep an eye, but it wasn't. I've knit with boucle before, and it didn't drive me as nuts.
Okay.
Maybe because the needles were bigger, less likely to catch things. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was a very, very easy, quick knit. Apart from the fact that it's a cardigan, so you're sort of knitting and purling.
Yeah.
If you don't mind purling.
It's a raglan, right?
It's
yeah, that's
it is.
Yeah.
So it's a raglan shaping, bottom up.
Bottom up. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it bottom up?
Well, I don't think so. If it's a raglan, it looks like a bit top down.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Possibly a top down. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was top down. What am I thinking? It was a few months ago that I finished this. So yeah, top down.
And you need the body, and then you pick up for the.
Yeah, you pick up this afterwards. But what I really liked about this is that the button band, there's no buttons, but the button band is stockinette. So it's not weird. So you've got a little bit of a roll, which I think is really nice. And the same with the sleeves. They're just loose all the way down, and you literally you do a couple of decreases, but then you cast off.
Yeah.
So there's the only ribbing is at the bottom. And that's not even, and it's again big gauge. It's a 17 stitch gauge, so it does go quite quickly. And say I knit the extra large. There's not a huge range of sizes. Extra large was the biggest, which was I think about 48-inch bust, and it took about a skein and a half of their alpaca boucle.
How many meters is per skein?
I don't know. I could check that.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
1.5 skein. While you're checking, I'm going to change into the sweater so I don't get
because you're a bit
frozen
hot.
to death as well.
I'll have a look. I did look up. Here it is. So, Hedgehog Fibres. There's a picture, a lovely picture of. There's. That's the picture on the website. There's a beautiful sweater coming out now.
Those are warm and I'm freezing.
600 metres per 100 grams.
600 metres?
Yeah.
Oh, blimey, that's a good amount.
Yeah. So, and on that gauge, you would have thought it would be heavier, wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah, so I probably used about 900 metres for that.
Right, yeah.
But I say she's just recently, I'm getting off topic here a bit, but she's just recently brought out a new design called the Soufflé Tee, which I really fancy.
Oh yeah, that looks kind of similar yarn.
It's very similar. I think it's a heavier yarn, slightly. It's a new, but yeah, I really like that as well. And these are all free patterns, so yay.
I've knitted one of her patterns. I think that was just a raglan with like a scoop neck.
Yes, yeah. She's got some really classic, patterns in. So it's worth checking out the Hedgehog Fibres website, I'd say for sure.
Very well written.
So yeah, and it's very basic. It's very straightforward. There's no fancy schmancy artwork on the pattern. There's no great details, but for these sort of knits,
that's what I like. I just like boring, nice knitting because you can get into the.
Yes, she says wearing a stunning sweater. So I'm now going to hand over.
Yeah, but that's
scoot over this bit a little bit because you're out.
So I'm wearing a sweater called Winter Soul Sweater by Adorable Knits. It's not out yet because this was a test knit, and usually I'm a very lazy knitter. I just like raglan and stockinette stitch. But I've been kind of dabbling into some test knitting lately just to kind of get me out of my comfort zone and use slightly different yarns and whatever. And
it's been working.
Yeah, and I've test knitted a men's sweater for Adorable Knits. And it was such a good pattern. It was just men's raglan, but it was so well shaped, even though it was just raglan, but it just fits so well. Anyway, that was a great test knit. So when Dorothy called for a test knit for this sweater, I was like, "Ooh, that looks nice." But I would never knit it on my own because I'd be like, "Oh, I can't be bothered to knit the sleeves in colour work."
She's a bit of a I can't be bothered to do that. It's
but I thought if it's for a test knit, I'll do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And the incentive
You've got accountability.
Yeah. And the incentive was a 50% off yarn as well, so that was nice. Because again, I probably would have never bought a sweater quantity of this yarn.
So when people say, because that's nothing, when people say there's yarn support, they're saying you get a discount.
It depends. Sometimes you'll get all the yarn provided for free.
Right.
Sometimes it's a discount. Sometimes you use your own.
Yeah, because I've only ever done a test knit where I had to use my own.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, what's the point of doing a
Well,
test
that's
knit?
it. I mean, that's what I usually do. If I see that there is yarn support and it's the yarn I want to try, but I don't want to kind of try it don't want to buy a sweater quantity.
Yeah.
Without knowing what I'm getting into, because I'm painfully practical. And so anyway, so knowing that there was a 50% off for this yarn, I'm like, oh, that's nice, I can try it, and it makes it a reasonable price, and So anyway, so I went for it and finished it a while ago.
Stunning.
The yarn is I had a label somewhere. A major garn. It's French. How you pronounce it?
I don't know.
Majo.
Yeah, M-A-J-O.
Wait. No, that way. Puno Fine. Yeah, no, that's the brand name there. And I used 2 colours. Well, obviously. One's ivory and one's, I can't remember the name of.
Blue.
Some kind of blue. They only have one.
You don't update your Ravelry page, do you?
Well, I do for the test knit.
You do for the test knit?
Yeah, so it would be on Ravelry on her page. But I think the pattern is released sometime in November.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just a raglan. And all over colour work.
I'll try. I think maybe we'll take some pictures and I'll try and put some in so people can see them a bit closer.
But, well, I've got it all on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
And there's quite a few test knitters have now finished theirs, and
she's put up quite a few on Instagram, hasn't she?
Yeah, it all looks really good. It's not difficult. I know it's so
it's
soft. It's 39% baby alpaca, 7% fine merino wool, and 54% cotton. So it's just one of those tube yarns that is stuffed with a bunch of fluffy alpaca. It's quite nice to knit with. Again, with this, because I've just finished a cloud sweater by Petiteknit, and I knitted it in Isaga Eco Soft, or just Soft it's called now. Oh, it was annoying to knit with because the needles kept catching. I had to kind of
in the tubey bit.
Just the fluff that comes out of the tube.
Okay, yeah.
So my tip and what better was that when I knitted in the round, I used for the main needle, I think it's 5.5 or 6 millimeter, but on the left side I used 3 millimeter needle.
Oh, okay.
Because it doesn't matter the needle you knit onto. It doesn't define the size of the stitch. It's only the right needle that defines.
The needle you knit onto is the important one, and the needle you knit from is the unimportant one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the unimportant one, the left one.
Yeah.
I just used 3 millimeter, and that made it easier because then it's easier to pick up the stitch.
Oh, that's a good tip.
So that went a bit faster. But this I didn't find it. It was slightly catchy to start with, but then I got into it, and that was okay. I think I did have half a size smaller needle on this size once I was working in the round. But also I think because for the colour work she says to switch to the larger needle, and I tried to knit it quite loose, so that worked well as well. So I think I prefer this yarn to Isaga Soft, Soft I think it's just called now, and it's softer, but I think they're quite similar price wise. And similar meterage.
There's no sleeve decreases, are there, on that?
No, because this one's 125 meters per 50 gram, and so is Isaga Soft. That's also.
Okay, sorry, I jumped to the sleeve.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I was just saying that's so the same meterage. So I think it's a very similar yarn.
And what sort of price point was it? Do you know?
I think it was about £9. It comes from France, I think. I think it was about £9 per 50 grams. But I think Isaga is not that far off. I think it's similar.
£18-ish for 100 grams is about
Because I remember that the full amount was something with 50% off was about 50 something pounds with postage. So for the whole sweater would be, and it was about £10. I can't remember, to be fair. But I did have enough left to make a tiny baby sweater out of this one. So
oh, you did? Did you bring it?
No. Well, because I gave it to the baby already. So,
Oh, yeah.
but it's on my Instagram.
Because it was, you made it in blue with the white colour work.
Yeah, because I had quite a bit of blue left.
Yeah.
Like I think I had a whole bowl with a bit of blue left and
Yeah.
a small amount of white. But yeah, the construction-wise is just raglan, and there are no decreases on the sleeves to make it easier to presumably work all this colour work. I'm quite proud of how I joined the sleeve here. My armpits look nice.
Was it bottom up then?
No, top down.
Oh, top down.
Oh, I hate bottom up. But I did need the bottom up as a sample knit not that long ago, and I appreciate that was quite nice.
Yeah.
But usually I would go for
joining the sleeves
down.
in bottom up is a bit of a...
Well, that's what I don't like.
Yeah.
And that you can't...
Look, this is the baby sweater. I had to find it on Irina's Instagram.
Yeah, that's for my little niece. She's 2, but she's a little bit smaller. I think shorter than a 2-year-old, standard 2-year-old.
That's so...
But they just worked out, so that was really nice to use up those little amounts of yarn. And she loves her fluffy jumpers, so she's getting another one, which I will show.
Nice.
But anyway, yeah, so this is a beautiful pattern. It's quite straightforward colour work. The only things I didn't like knitting was this rose, because there's a long... what's it called? Area without any stitches, so you have to have a very long float.
Yeah.
But well,
because there's just one little...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I didn't like.
Yeah.
But it's no big deal, you just get your float on the back and you just carry on. And it's such a fluffy yarn that it will feel it all out and smooth out any imperfections.
Yeah, you're not going to see anything, are you?
No, it's not like a... it doesn't have a high definition, so...
No.
But yeah, but it's so soft, it's so warm, because Nicky has a window door open and it's not very warm out there.
I do.
So yeah, so it's nice to be able to...
Yeah, I'm freezing us, which is why I kept mine.
Yes, well, we're preserving ourselves.
Yes,
in
exactly.
Ice.
Yes. So, yeah. This is a cryo podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, we're back.
Yeah. Part 2.
Right, so I'll just mention the deeds that, so I've looked it up. So I think I need size L.
Okay.
Or maybe X.
Well,
I mentioned the deeds, but I don't remember
it in the
them.
notes if you...
Yeah.
You put it on
But
Ravelry, did you? Or she's put it on Ravelry?
Yeah, it's on Ravelry, yeah. But, and I used 7 balls of white and 4 of blue, but as I say, I had a whole ball of blue left, so it was basically 3, and one ball is about £9. And Isaga Soft, which is exactly the same meterage, is £7.50.
Oh, okay.
So it's only a small difference, but I think this one's much nicer.
Worth the extra.
So if you can buy it, especially if you're already in Europe somewhere, then I think it's nice to knit with.
Yeah.
I don't know how both will wear, because I haven't worn this one much yet. It was quite mild. But yeah.
Yeah, it is. I just love that.
Yeah.
Really love that.
It's just I happen to knit one after the other. That's why I'm kind of comparing the two.
Yeah.
Because so similar, and yet this was a much more pleasant experience. But yeah, that's
that gets the thumbs up.
Yeah, and that comes out sometime in November, I think. But
and again, we'll link the designer below.
Yeah, she's got lovely patterns.
Something like adorable.knits or something.
Yeah, or like adorable underscore knits.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. But she's got lovely designs, and they're very well written. They just tend to be more complicated, as in they're not difficult, but as in they'll have like all over cables or all over...
Yeah.
Well, yeah, mainly cables.
She's got a new one out, or she's just the one with the wrapped
that's really cute. Yeah,
that's
like
nice.
A folded,
folded polo neck.
Yeah.
And that looked like it's just stockinette from upwards.
Yeah. But they're so well written and so well calculated. Like you get with reglans, you just get like for different sizes, you just get different number of rows, and that's it. Whereas, for the men's one, for example, it was different rates of increases pretty much for every size, which made it so well fitting, because it was so well calculated for every size. So I think she just kind of takes the actual fit quite seriously.
Yeah.
So definitely recommend the designer.
Excellent. Would you do another test knit for her?
Yeah. I will do in the future if she selects me. So yeah.
Okay, well I've done a quick change in our natural break with the dogs barking. It was the postman, I'd just like to say. So I'm into my most recent FO, which is I have to just shove you out the way, the Nordic Bloom Vest. And I literally finished it yesterday, so I've not blocked it and I've not put the buttons on. But, do a little turn around. That's...
Oh, so pretty. It's so graphic.
I love this. Yeah. It's almost like an illustration rather than anything else, isn't it?
Did you say you haven't blocked it yet?
I haven't blocked it.
It already looks quite even, but once it's blocked, it's even more.
Thank you very much. I can do a flash of the colour work there. And of course the joys, now this is bottom up.
Okay.
I get that right.
Yep.
But obviously it's knitting around.
Yeah.
So now this is where I get confused on camera because
it's not knitting around, it's knit flat.
No, it's knitting around.
Oh, it's steep.
Steep.
Oh, steep. Sorry,
got
my
that
bad.
bit right.
Yeah.
Not often because Irina is much more adept at recognising pattern technicalities than me. But anyway, so I'll show you quickly while I'm standing up the buttons.
Oh, the buttons.
So I actually bought these from Hobbycraft.
Oh yeah, they're nice. Like
but I
coconut
thought
shell.
it needed something a bit kind of natural. I didn't want to put anything too. So it's going to have. It has just 3 buttons there. I'm not happy with the buttonholes, but I never am with my buttonholes.
Why not?
They just seem messy. But I am thinking of doing blanket stitch edging, but I probably won't be bothered.
So they look like nice buttonholes. Don't know what you're talking about.
Once the button's over them,
Exactly,
you won't see.
them.
But anyway, the colour work is the thing, isn't it? It's so pretty, and it's a really, oh for goodness sake, it's such a nice easy chart. So yeah, so the details are, so the only thing is the pattern, you have to buy the Lena magazine.
Oh, see,
Or
it's
Lina.
not on its own.
I went onto Ravelry because I've wanted to knit this for ages, and I went onto Ravelry and the pattern's on there, but you can't buy it as an individual pattern.
Probably will be in
a year's time. Yeah. So it's in the Nordic Bloom magazine by Lane. I call it Lena.
I think it's Lina.
Lina.
Finnish, isn't
yeah.
It?
No, I haven't got my iPad, so I can't show you pictures on there. So I bought the digital copy, and then I just printed out the pattern.
Oh, I didn't know they did now digital copies of the magazine.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
It was quite useful because it meant I didn't have to wait for delivery.
Yeah, no, and
because I wanted to cast on.
And if you have a nice craft room where you have plenty of space, that's nice to have paper things. But first of all, I always forget I have them.
Yes,
and I have a room, but it's all like.
Oh yeah.
Running low on space.
Shut the door quickly.
Yeah.
It's like
So it doesn't fill up. So yeah. So when it's digital, it's easier. Then you know where it's there, and you can just open. Like I've got the knitting patterns file on my phone. So if I want to knit something.
I normally prefer hard copies.
Yeah.
Which is why I printed this out. But it's a really nice magazine actually. I mean, I flicked through it. But I honed in on this, printed this, so I need to go back to it because there's some really nice sweaters in it.
Yeah.
That maybe will find their way to my needles. But yeah, it's a motif she's used a lot. I think there's a hat. You can make this a long sleeve cardigan as well, which is I could do the sort of the very there.
And that's Caitlin Hunter.
Yeah. Caitlin Hunter, Boylan Knitworks, and you'll see on there I actually cast on the 13th of October. And it's now finished, so it took me about 2 weeks to knit.
So how do you find the fit? Because I've never knit anything by Caitlin Hunter, and I've read that people find the fit is a bit weird.
Yeah, I've had a few not so successful Caitlin Hunter. I mean, I was knitting the Milarrochy top, which actually had to abandon because for some reason everything went skewed. She does these very deep, wide V-neck type of things. I've done the easy V, and that was brilliant. I think initially with the Birkin, one of her first ones, people complained about the fit under the arm. Yeah. So I imagine she's addressed that a bit now. This fit...
I don't think so, because I keep seeing the complaints.
Oh, do you? Sarah, a lot. I think maybe if you're clever enough to just adjust things, it's fine, isn't it? Or if it's a big oversized sweater. This seems to work. I mean, I haven't worn it, but it seems to fit quite nicely. I've got a bit of...
So do you do the back first, then you pick up the stitches and you do the front?
No, it's bottom up. So bottom up in the round, and then you get to the end of the colour work, and then you separate. Yeah. And then you knit 2 sides.
Yeah.
I don't think they
two little piggies.
Yeah, my 2 little... and then you knit the back. Yeah. So you knit the top bit flat. Yeah. And then you pick up, obviously you do the cuffs on the sleeve. So it would be, I guess, a drop shoulder if it was a cardigan. Yeah. You do ribbing on there, and then That's Mystique. Oh, there's an end I haven't finished. So you can see that's the steek.
Lovely. Very pretty.
I did picked up first and knit the button band first, which when I first did steeks with Kate Davies, I never did. I used to cut it, then pick up and do the button band. But now it seems to be the thing. And I think it's a bit easier to do that. The only thing I wasn't sure about is because it's a bulky weight yarn. The steek is quite. If you feel that, that's quite padded.
Oh yeah, that is padded.
But I think it does sit flat, and because it's a bulky,
and it doesn't show in any way. So
no, it doesn't
tell
show.
You, I don't have a clue. It's just,
And I'm not planning on covering it with ribbon or anything like that. I can't be doing with that. And the yarn is I used one of my favourite all-time yarns, which is Rowan Felted Tweed Aran weight for that. So that's not. The only thing is, when I went on to the dogs are going to fight now.
I'm going to go.
I went onto Wool Warehouse to buy this felted tweed, and it says that it's discontinued. So I don't know whether it's just the colour, or whether it's the Aran weight, or whether Rowan are completely discontinuing all the felted tweed Aran. So who knows? But anyway, it's such a lovely yarn to knit with. Oh. You couldn't resist it, could you?
No, separate the doggies.
I can't pick Teddy up because he'll get aggy. Sorry,
that's
Teddy.
Reggie, meet Reggie.
Yeah, that's
you lovely sausage.
That's Reggie.
Collar.
My baby sausage.
Yeah, that's her baby. It's not mine.
Yeah.
But I get to squish them.
Yeah. They look angelic, but no. No, not go. Anyway, for the contrast, they're going to steal the show, aren't you?
Kissy.
For the contrast colour, I used Drops Alaska. Good old Drops Alaska. So and actually it worked. It seems to have worked really well with the Rowan Felted Tweed. The gauge is a 16 stitch gauge, and I don't know whether I knit quite loose colour work wise. So I think I would have got that with the Aran weight yarn. So I think, but I love this. I'm really looking for it. I've got to block it, sew the buttons on, and then it's done.
Yeah, nice.
Really pleased. I did buy the same amount of yarn in a green, in a dark piney green.
Yeah.
Because I like it so much. I might see if I can finagle a cardigan out of it.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. I need to probably buy a couple more balls, and if it's being discontinued, I might not. So we'll have to see.
All of the Rowan Felted Tweed is discontinued.
On Wool Warehouse, I'll put my.
Because it might have just been one colour that gets discontinued.
No, it says the Aran weight.
There are Aran weight.
Yeah, they've just got discontinued.
But could you hold the other one, not the Aran weight? What's the other one? DK.
The DK.
Yeah.
Because it's actually more of a sport weight than their DK.
Could you hold it double?
You could
to mimic
to get your gauge. Yeah.
If you wanted to more.
Especially
if you used that for the colour work section, it wouldn't be so noticeable. Anyway, so
no, that's right. Or you could again just use Drops Alaska, I suppose.
Oh yeah.
Or other yarns. Other yarns are available.
Oh yeah.
So, but it was it's a really nice colour work pattern to knit. There's a couple of long floats, but nothing problematic. So I would recommend that as a knit. But as at the moment, it's only available in the Nordic Bloom book by Lina.
Right.
So that was that one. What's your next finished object?
Finished? I haven't got anything finished, but I haven't got nearly finished object.
What?
I've got.
I've got.
Yeah, I've got works in progress, but nearly finished. But I don't have anything more.
I've got one more finished object then.
Well, I didn't bring anything. I've got finished.
You've got
objects.
loads, haven't you?
I'm like a big
got works in
Beyblade. I've
progress.
got one tote full of knitting, another tote full of knitting.
She turned up at the front door this morning, like with all these bags.
Yeah,
bag
so it looked
lady.
like I was moving in. But yeah, so I didn't bring anything else.
That's
finished.
your FOs. Well, I'll do a quick FO. Which is again, it's another Caitlin Hunter pattern, which is the Birds and Ships. It's called Cowl. Now I was completely influenced by Molly from A Homespun House because she raves about this, and you'll see I like the way it joins at the back. I think it looks really pretty, and then it's.
So basically, it's like knitting a shawl, but then you just join it in the back, or do you?
It's knitting the round.
You knit it in the round straight away, so you just do the increases.
Yes, on the edge.
On the back, on the seam kind of thing. Yeah.
And then this on the pattern has a tassel to make it a V, but I didn't put that in. But it's lovely yarn. This is a Homespun House soft sock. in the fall is my favourite colourway. And I am trying to get better at wearing my knits now.
You're quite good at wearing knits.
Yeah, I'm not good with accessories though,
Yeah,
and I want to get better because people look so cool in accessories.
I know.
And then I never think to put them on. So
yeah, I'm like, oh, I can't be bothered.
yeah, exactly.
Will this little scarf really make a difference? But it actually does make a difference.
It does. I've taken to, because with the puppies we have the door open. I've taken to actually wearing this around the house in the day if I'm chilly, and it's lovely because it's lightweight. It doesn't annoy me. It's not like in my face or anything.
I did wear once. I did have all the windows open because I have 2 rabbits and they go out of the house in the garden.
House rabbits.
Yeah, my house rabbits. And I leave the door open as well. And once I got really cold and I had little mittens on, and I talked to my mum on Skype a lot. And she said, oh, is it that cold? Why are you wearing mittens? Oh my God, you're freezing to death. Oh my God. And it's just like, oh Jesus, it's easier to just not bother. Because she just gets really worried that I'm like really cold. She doesn't grasp the idea that people in the UK, I did mention that some people have like 14 degrees in their house. And she's like, why?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, it's just their choice. How are they? It's about, they live in Eastern Europe and they have a central heating that comes on in like October and then goes out in like when there's like has to be 3 consecutive days of low temperatures or high temperatures, and so basically it's about 25-26 degrees there at the moment in the house, in the flat. And so yeah,
I'm
so
not sure I could cope with that. Yeah,
no, Mum always has the windows open, but my dad doesn't because he's always cold. But they prefer, they get frustrated if they have to put jumpers on, and I used to be like that as well when I moved to the UK 20 years ago. I was like, I needed to be 24. And Nicholas was like, Jesus Christ, that's a bit hot. But it didn't feel right to me to wear sweaters in the house because I never did that. I wear sweaters outside, but not in the house.
Yeah.
But now I'm used to it and I wear more clothes.
I always used to say to our kids, it's like, you know, if you're cold, they're walking around in shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah, well, that's the way I prefer it.
And I say, no, put a sweater on.
Yeah.
You know, it's...
well, the issue is that we're all neurodivergent around here.
Yeah.
And we get the sensory issue as well.
Yes.
So I find it really annoying when like the sleeves getting anywhere and it's just like, oh God, it's just
walk around naked. Just walk around naked.
Well, that's I probably shouldn't say that on camera, but we used to always wear really long t-shirts around the house and not much underneath.
Yeah.
Or my dad was the other way around. He'd wear joggers or something, but not the top.
Yeah.
So we all have we don't like the clothes in our body too much. It kind of starts to annoy us. It's fine when you're outside. I think because it's so hot inside as well.
Yes.
It makes it more annoying.
Yeah.
When you're cold, you want something warm.
crikey, yeah.
But yeah, when it's warm, you just.
I'd rather be hot. I'd rather be cold than hot.
Yeah.
I don't like being hot.
Yeah.
So I'd rather it was cold and I can wrap up.
Yeah. Well, I don't like either. I just like to be comfortable.
You noticed on your Instagram post though, it's like I can't wait for the autumn. Can't wait for the autumn.
Yeah. No, I do. Well, that's because I like going outside with something on. It feels more like a protection, like a little, like having something over your shoulders when you go out. It's just something I like. It's not so much about what I wear around the house. It's more about what I wear outside of the house. So yeah, just like having a coat on or a jumper. But yeah, I hate the heat.
Next,
I hate the heat. The sun heat.
The sun heat, yeah.
Anyway,
move on. Let's move on.
Let's move back to
whips. What have you got then? What's a work in progress you brought to show us?
Well, I can start with this one because you haven't seen that one. Well, that one's nearly... Actually, no, let's start with that one because that one's nearly... Not that one. That one's nearly finished. Well, the other two's nearly finished as well. Well, that's for the next project. So I'm knitting on a Frankie sweater.
I do like the Frankie sweater. Oh, I love those colours.
I already had this two... Well,
there's a needle, look, sticking out here.
It's only wood. I've already had these 2 colours in my stash because I bought it on someone's D-stash because I've never worked with Peargint. And it's inexpensive yarn anyway.
Yeah.
But I saw it on the D-stash and I'm like, oh, I'm going to buy and try it. And then she came up with a sweater in kind of very similar colours. I think the one she uses like burgundy for the stripe.
Right.
And blue is quite similar.
Just that colour combo.
I've always loved brown and blue colours together. I remember like 4 years ago when I was about 19, I bought the most beautiful fabric in brown and blue and I left it in the hallway on a sofa and then I couldn't find it for ages and I think my mum threw it out by mistake. She was just tidying up and thought, oh, it's just a bag with something and threw it out. So we never found it again.
That'll cheat you, believe me.
She threw money in the bin once, so, you know, fabric is not that big a deal. But yeah, so I've always liked that combo anyway, brown and blue.
I'm going to cover you up. That is
I
so...
think that's the back, because there's short rows, thank goodness.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so, well, you can't see them because
And then you've
it's
got
not blocked.
quite a nice sort of quadruple raglan stitch there going on, haven't you?
Well, it's the shoulder. Oh no, it's a raglan. Yeah, no, it's all throughout raglan. I can't remember anymore because yeah. But
so
it's
Peergynt.
Peergynt, it's the
Which
call
is what
for yarn.
worsted.
Well, they call it DK, but it's not DK because it's like 90 something meters per 50 grams, so it's 91 meters. So it's about 180 meters per.
That's what, almost Aran.
Exactly. So it's more of an Aran weight, really. But it's what we call rustic, but it's not. No, it's not particularly scratchy. It's just not soft.
No.
But it's not too scratchy. But this neck, the neck is good because it's quite open, so it doesn't really rub on your neck. So
And I love a rolled collar.
Yeah.
I really like that.
So if you do find it a bit scratchy, I don't think you'll be if you fell that much.
Yeah, it's not Shetland scratchy.
Yeah.
But it's not soft.
Yeah, it's not hairy, so I don't think there's not much hair like poking into your neck or anything. But that's why I wanted kind of to try it first, because I love how it looks once it's blocked and everything, like in pictures.
Yeah.
So I wanted to try it and see if I actually like it. So I'm nearly finished with the sleeve.
And again, it's quite budget friendly, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only like £5 a ball. But you have to have quite a lot of it.
They're only 50-gram balls, aren't they?
And only 91 meters.
Yeah.
So you do have to end up quite a lot of yarn. So technically it's cheap, but then if you start it up, it's actually not that cheap.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's good. It's good. Like you can, I replaced it. I made kids sweaters, Holga sweaters for kids, and that one called for Peergynt, but I replaced it with Drops Charisma, I think, the superwash, because it's the same meterage and a superwash because it was for the kids. I have to say it's a bit scratchy for kids, I think.
Yeah.
But then if you wear jumpers and tops underneath, it's not too bad. But so there's like, I know there's like some people don't like drops. I don't get that. Like they say, it's like they're not very nice to the retailers or something, that they just push the amount of yarn because they're cheap, so they have to. Yeah. They push the yarn they want to sell, but then it's like, well, you don't really have to stock the yarn in your shop. Like there are so many different brands, local yarn shops.
I think there's a time and a place for everything.
But like Wool Warehouse, I'm sure they do just fine with whatever the company gives you. So I think they're just not very good for the local yarn shops. But to be fair, I'll probably won't be going to the local yarn shops for drops anyway.
No, exactly.
I'm going to go from something more interesting. So I don't think that's a problem. Whereas when you want a good quantity of yarn for not a lot of money. Yeah. Especially for gift knitting, because, well, not that the people don't deserve good yarn for gift knitting, it's just because not everybody knows how to take care of the hand knits, and you don't want to invest straight away if people don't, like, you don't know what they... Because I've knitted quite a few sweaters for other people, and quite a few of them got felted, so I'm speaking from experience.
Yes,
Anyway.
Yes, moving on. The Frankie sweater.
So they're all touches, but so it's very nice. It's just a raglan with short rows, thank goodness, with rolled neck, so it's just all stockinette. And the sleeves you do like, I think you only do 7 increases for this size, which is an L, I believe.
Decreases
on the sleeves, so you don't do many decreases on the sleeves. And it goes quite fast because it's quite chunky. Yeah. And
you only cast that on that week ago, didn't you?
I think a bit longer than that, but
it's not been out that long,
but it's all rolls up because it's not blocked. But there is a little rib.
Oh, you've got some rib at the bottom.
There's a few rows on rib, and then you go into stockinette, so it rolls up.
But it doesn't and it stops it.
So that's hopefully I'll finish this week. It's lovely. I love it as well. The colours are just so lovely. So that's my one work in progress. That's done.
Okay. Right. Well, I'll show you my sweater, and then I've just got a hat and some socks. So I am knitting, again, a Petiteknit show here, the Ingrid Sweater by Petiteknit. I haven't got needle stoppers. Hold on, sorry, talk amongst yourselves for a minute. That's fine. It's the last thing I want. It's taken me quite a bit of
slippy yarn, isn't it? So you don't want to go.
So this is where I've got to. So I've got about another 2 or 3 inches to do on this.
Lovely.
And I love this. It's kind of a bit of a magnum opus for me because of all the detailed texture. And there's nothing difficult. It's just a lot. Yeah. You know, you've got these big panels of double seed stitch or double moss stitch. Then you've got these fake cables,
the cross stitches.
Then, ribbing, then more double, and you sit and oh no, that's another 3 inches of moss stitch, But it's really coming together. So again, this is a standard, I believe, it's like a standard Petiteknit construction. And did you say it's called the contiguous?
No, contiguous is when you go like that way and then that way.
Oh, okay.
Whereas this is just a drop shoulder.
This is, I think
they call it a European...
You knit the back panel.
Yeah, I think I've had it called European shoulder.
Yes, I think it is, because I think one of my to knit projects is a Sari Nordland one, and she calls it the European shoulder. So you knit across the back, and you basically get all the back done, and it's quite wide because it is drop shouldered, and then you pick up, and so you actually cast on, and then you cut the yarn, and then you come back and pick up in the middle, and then you do the front, then you join for the sleeve, for the arms, and then you're on the body.
Why do you have million stitch markers on this side?
That was decreases or increases or something. Creases.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, of course, because you do increases for the armpit.
Yes, yeah. So I've got them there, but I didn't bother doing them there.
Yeah.
So I need to take those out, actually. I will show you my very cute little seasonal pumpkin stitch marker. I think
it's adorable.
Which is very cute. I can't remember where I got it. I got it from Etsy. But and the yarn is so gorgeous.
So soft.
It's Kraeo, so Fuzz Family. I'm not sure. I get confused. I've got a skein here. It's got Uncle Mulberry, and it's 85% merino, 15% silk, and it's in the Blue Mountain colourway. Now I had this, believe it or not, in stash. I bought it for my mum to use when she was still with us, and the pattern she wanted to knit became too much for her. So I had this sitting there, and I was really waiting for the right project. And I saw this, I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a go. I did have to order a couple more skeins, which they did for me, and I haven't had to use them yet, so I might use them for the sleeves. But it's, it's very, very close. It's so lightly dyed, so lightly speckled. I don't think there's going to be that much difference. So that's an American yarn brand. But so that's my Ingrid sweater.
It's gorgeous.
So it's Irina actually has been the one who got me onto Petiteknit sweaters, because she's knit so many, haven't you?
I did need this. You're making a sweater, aren't you? I've made Ingrid sleepover, but I made it for my niece, who is short and small. So I made it in the smallest size, which was like XS or something. So it went really fast.
Yes.
But also I found that about maybe 2-3 years ago, I taught myself to knit continental. Well, my mum taught me to knit continental, but I didn't like it. And I learned flicking or whatever, just English style.
Yeah.
That's when I got into knitting. But now I taught myself to knit continental, and I find knitting rib so much faster continental, because you don't have to do that much motion.
Yeah.
And I actually really enjoy. Well, like I knitted the blanket for you.
Yes,
in,
the rib.
Fisherman rib, rib, because I just really love knitting ribbing in continental. I prefer it to purling in continental.
I need to maybe look at that, but of course you can't. You have to do it because it will change your gauge, won't it? So you can't do it half and half. You can't think, I'll try it and then change.
Oh, I do that, but it's not that it might change my gauge a little bit. But I do find that my knitting is a lot more even when I do English knitting. Flicking.
Oh, okay.
It does get, at least on purl and knit sides.
Yeah.
When you, in the round, it's not too bad. But I do find sometimes I see a road out when I do continental. But whatever, it all blocks out most of the time, and I don't care that much. But I do find my... But then I have been knitting for 15 years now, and about 13 of that I knitted English style. But then it was it was straight away much more even in flicking, because I remember my mum was like, when did you learn to knit like that? But I think it's just that tensioning is so much easier, because it almost like you're like a machine knitting.
Yes.
I don't know. It just works better, but it's fine. I'm not that bothered. It's all right. And as I say, continental is just so much easier for the ribbing. Yeah, or seed stitch or something like that. So
what's next? What have you got next?
Oh my god, it is a Petiteknit show, isn't it? Because I've got another Petiteknit pattern. Well, I need quite a lot of Petiteknit because I find them very reliable patterns, and I now know how to adjust them to myself easier. And even if I knit off gauge, they still fit me really well, because I know what kind of size to go. Like these, I'm knitting off gauge, and this is Eva cardigan. that's just a cardigan. And the pattern calls for, I think it calls for Peer-Gynt. Yeah, it calls for Peer-Gynt.
Okay.
But I had this yarn that I bought years ago.
Excuse me.
Bought years ago on my travels. I just went to the yarn shop and I saw it and I thought, oh, I love that colour.
It's a lovely colour, yeah.
It's Gazal, I think it's Turkish. Gazal Superwash Merino. I think it's DK. Well, it's 350 meters, so it's kind of between DK and
sort of sport weight.
Yeah, it's sport weight.
So it looks quite fine, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does say made in Turkey. Well, that's why I'm off gauge, because it is a sport weight yarn, and I was like, I want to hold it with something else.
Let's do the whole thing there in case people want to read that, and then it's a gorgeous sort of mockery, cocoa-y brown, isn't it?
Yeah, and I didn't know what to hold it together with because it was quite hard to find that kind of warmish yarn.
Yeah.
But I went on my favourite website, yarnandcone.com, and they had this baby alpaca. It's so soft. It's really soft. It's lovely.
That really is.
And you only,
wow.
And so this is... I don't know how many grams this cone is, but it's...
Does it say on the inside?
No, they don't, because they rewind, I think, on cones, so you don't really know. But let me quickly check that. Alpaca. I feel like it might be...
Amazing.
But it's... She doesn't even say on here, to be fair. Well, anyway, it's a cone of alpaca. It's only £20 for the entire cone. And it's more than enough for the entire thing. I checked the literage.
Yeah.
So I'm just holding that together. Because yarn on cone, if you don't know, the yarn on cone is usually oiled, comes in oil, because when they spin the yarn, they don't want the machinery to get blocked by the fluff.
Okay.
So it gets kind of waxed, oiled, whatever the thread, and then once you wash it, it blooms amazingly. Like the transformation.
It's like Holst yarn used to be, or is like that, isn't it?
Yeah. Once you block the yarn on cone of any kind, it's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
And this is just a lovely baby alpaca, and
so let's see what you're knitting then. Let's see the knitting.
Oh yeah, sorry. So it's a bit of gauge, and stupidly I should have gone for the bigger size, but I actually went for the smaller size. But never mind. I've measured. So you need first this one.
Let's top down.
It's top down because that's what I need. Top down.
Yeah.
I should show the back really because that's the construction. So we have this. We need bag first.
Oh yeah, because you've got kind of that shape.
Yeah. So.
That's not saddle shoulder, I was thinking it was.
So you work the back yoke first,
okay.
With increases, and then you pick up for the shoulders
come over
from
the
the line, and then you go over the top, and then you join it all.
And that's the sleeve, and then this bit is the front.
Yeah, and it's got like regular increases as well for the sleeves, and. What did I say? Oh, and it's a V-neck. So
yeah.
I think mine's just not going to be so oversized, but I don't mind that at all. I did recalculate the number of stitches that you got.
Alpaca and superwash.
Well, this was just superwash merino, and this is alpaca. So
it will
Yeah,
stretch.
so I'll get that in the case as well. And it will fluff up, hopefully.
Yes.
Seal in
It's a lovely sort of mould.
Yeah. I wish it was a little bit lighter, my alpaca, but that's all I could find. I couldn't find anything more suitable anyway.
I'm hot now.
But and I'm using the same recommended 4mm needle and just working as per pattern. The only thing I did was once I've got to the end of the regular increases for the body, I checked my gauge because I don't know, it just changes. I think it depends on how the fabric stretches or something.
Yeah.
So I change it, check it once in a while. So I've checked it. My row gauge is on point, but my stitch gauge was four stitches more, so
smaller.
It would be smaller.
Yeah.
So I've recalculated to get the same circumference how many stitches I would need, and so I just worked a few extra increases for the regular.
That's very diligent of you.
Well, I didn't want it to be
But 4 stitches is quite a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, well
that
that's why
made a difference.
So I did work I think extra maybe 10 rows, but I do just like a I don't know the word, so it doesn't matter. But basically, I just recalculated the number and did extra increases. And hopefully it'll be alright. Again, it will be more fitted, but I don't mind that.
No.
One day I might need it per pattern with the recommended yarn if I like my Peergynt, and it will be nice fitted. But yeah, anyway,
it's nice.
So that's where we're at. It's quite slow going because the yarn is not very thick, and
what size needles are you
it's
on?
4mm needle.
Okay.
But at 24 stitches, it's not very.
Yeah.
But that's it. Row gauge is on point. So length.
I find it really hard to get. I can get stitch gauge, but my row gauge is usually under. But most patterns now get you knitting to a measurement, don't they? Rather than knit 5 rows or knit 10 rows, and it's.
Petiteknit does anyway. So
yeah.
The only thing is that obviously if you work these, you work these shoulders. You do work for the number of stitches.
Yes.
I mean rows. Sorry. Rather than
because you're picking up.
Yeah. So you want the correct number to pick up. But so that was good that it was on point.
Yeah.
So that should still fit on my shoulders, okay. But
cool.
Yeah. So that's my cardigan that will be finished one day. But I just basically say I have 2 projects on the go usually, and one I'm working during the day, and this is my evening projects. Once we sit down after dinner to watch telly, that's my project. Yeah. So that's me.
Okay. Well, I've got.
Oh, hang on! I'm going to mention that I've had it in a beautiful bag that Nicky gave me generously for Christmas. How lovely is that?
I had a bit of a thing about those bags. They're so good, and I use mine. They're just brilliant. Just brilliant.
Lovely.
Redesigned, isn't it?
Yeah.
Redesigned. You'll all know those.
Yeah.
I have no idea how we're doing for time, but anyway, we'll carry on and then we'll see how we go, because it's fun. We're having fun. Yeah. I'm going to share with you two quick whips, because I've got a lot of whips. So I've got a lot of garment whips. Well, not a lot, but I've got 3 or 4. So I'm not going to share all of them, because then if you like what we're doing, then when we come back next time, obviously it will. I have some different stuff to show you, and it means I don't have to finish it. I've got new stuff.
Yeah.
So I was watching the Espace Tricot podcast. Now, the new one, I haven't watched it for a long time. The new girls, they don't put them up super often. And I can't remember their names, but they're really lovely. They both design. And one girl is British, and she's expecting a baby. But she had discovered this pattern, and she'd knit, as you do, loads of these. And I thought, I was going through a hat phase. I'd knit some Oslo hats and really like those, because I'm late to the party, as usual. And so I really wanted to try this one. And it's the Polarlua Hat by Krauseri. But anyway,
heard the name.
Yeah, so that's the designer, and that's the hat. So it's like a fake sheepskin hat. And I thought the one that they'd done, there's several they'd knit on the Espace Tricot thing, looked so fun. And I really like the idea of that. So basically, I bought a pattern, I bought the yarn, and that's where I'm at. I did start, and then I stopped because I started garment knitting, and I cast on loads of garments. But I picked this up again yesterday.
I like the jelly beans.
Like my jelly beans,
Bean babies.
These stitch markers, I think they're jelly babies, aren't they? I got these off Etsy, and I'm sorry, I don't know the name of the lady where I got them from. But if I think about it, I'll put it in the notes. But and so it's basically start at the top. You do it's a Jenny's Magic Cast On or something there, and then you obviously will sew in that hole there, and then you increase. It is a painful pattern, so I've got to be careful here. But then you get to a certain point, and you then start to do the brim in this yarn, which I adore. So into this yarn. And this yarn is Rauma Varms, which is I think it's their recycled yarn. It's quite a tough. It's quite scratchy, not scratchy, but
it's not soft.
No. But for a hat, I think it's really good.
Since it's not sitting on your fork.
Exactly, it's going to be on your hair. And then this is Gepard Teddy Deer yarn.
It's very fluffy.
which is so gorgeous. So I actually bought 3 different colourways of each of these because I was going to make 3 different hats and everybody's going to get one for Christmas. But whether or not we do that, because the only needles I could find as well wooden. My metal needles were all being used, and knitting this on wooden and going down from such a small amount of stitches was a bit of pain. But I'm looking forward. I'm going to finish this over the next week or 2, in between doing my garment knits, and I just thought it's going to be fun. And then basically you can see. So you knit the hat, you do the folded brim, and then you crochet over the top to get your joins. So you crochet over the increases. In the contrasting yarn to get that look of the sheepskin. So I like that, and it's a quick, quick
that's
knit.
really cute.
And then the other thing, because if you've got another whip,
Yeah,
you've got another whip. Let me do my socks, and then you can do, because this is quite a quick.
Absolutely.
Again, before I started knitting garments, I got into socks, and I bought the Colourly Knits, Summerly Knits Colourwork Cuff Club, not from this year, from the previous year, because I wanted to do Socktober, and so
that's adorable.
I
those
thought
ghosts.
it's so cute,
Really cute.
and they're so much fun. Years ago I've knit colourwork socks, but not lately, and so I thought, do you know what? They're colourwork on the cuff, and then the rest of it is a fairly standard sock. My favourite sock construction, which is a heel flap and gusset, and then come down. Now the plan was to have this pair knit by the end of October, but that's as far as I've got, and half of that foot is only because I was somewhere on Saturday that I was bored, so I sat and took that. But the ghosts I do absolutely love.
They're amazing.
So I will get round, and probably they will be my next year's October.
How are
socks.
the floats on the inside? Are they long or are they alright for the ghosts?
No, they're all right actually.
Not too bad, yeah.
So, and you go up a needle size.
Yeah, because that's what I was wondering, because often if you do floats on socks, it can be a bit tight.
Yeah, well that's where I've fallen down before. I mean, I've done full colourwork socks in the past and they were fine, but then the last pair I knit, I couldn't go over my heel. I was a bit lazy in some of them with catching the floats, so I've got to be a bit careful. The only thing I'm not keen on, and it's really finicky, you can see the difference in gauge.
Yeah, I guess so, but you haven't blocked it yet, have you?
I haven't blocked it, so I'm hoping you can see that top cuff is a looser gauge than the sock. But yeah, once it's blocked, and it's on my legs.
Yeah, it's only we can see.
Exactly. Nobody's going to be coming up to my feet, are they? And go,
it's
heaven help them if they do.
No.
And that yarn is in my all-time favourite sock yarn, which is Lolodidit Loriginal, which is a 3-ply merino nylon, and the 3-ply makes all the difference in the world. If you feel how rounded that is.
Yeah, well, you've given me some socks, didn't you? That were in
yes,
the same yarn.
yeah,
they're lovely.
It's such a gorgeous yarn. So generally, if I can knit with that for socks, I do, because it's. And this was, I belong to her Christmas Halloween sock club through the year, and you get every alternate month you get a Christmas yarn or a Halloween yarn.
Okay.
Because I don't do Halloween, so I've never really, used those before.
But you like purple, so that works well.
Yeah,
for you.
so that's.
I don't know why purple is associated with Halloween. What does that?
It's purple. I mean, I've got these orange socks I'll show at the end that are much more
I mean, I've seen
Halloween-y.
elsewhere that purple is associated with Halloween, and I don't understand why. I know orange, because pumpkins are orange, but why purple?
Because this is called witch's hair. Maybe it's because witches have purple hair.
Do they? I don't know.
But it's a gorgeous colour.
Oh yeah.
So I was happy with that, and the Christmas colourways are beautiful that I've got. I can't get that back in now. Oh well. So yeah, that's my other pair of socks on the go. So over to you.
Well, I have one last. That's the third project that I work exclusively on before bed, if I have time.
So you've got during the day, during the evening,
and this one's in bed.
In bed.
But that's when I have time. But that's why I have this project, because it's tiny, so it works up quickly.
Oh my goodness! I haven't seen this.
This is another baby sweater. So my little niece, because I made her one sweater with mohair. And that's like the sweater she wants to wear now. Although my sister-in-law did felt it a bit. It is superwash body, but the mohair made it a bit felted.
Yeah.
She stretched it as much as she could, so I think it will still fit. But I'm like, okay, don't worry, I'll make more, because she genuinely made a mistake. She didn't know how it ended up in the wash. Whereas I know some people in my family put my knitted sweaters with towels in. And I tried to make them out of superwashes for my father-in-law. I tried to make them either superwash or acrylic blends, but they still managed to felt them. So anyway, so I'm making her, this is the third one. So this is a novice, again, that's a Petiteknit novice sweater.
Hold it up.
Yeah. The good thing about it, why I'm, basically because I had those leftovers from a winter sole sweater, I looked up for sweater patterns that use that kind of thick yarn, and I found the novice sweater by Petiteknit, and it uses 6mm needle. And I fell in love with that because I don't want to spend too much time on baby sweaters because they don't last that long to spend too long on them. Yeah. So it just so fast because it's 6mm, and I'm using I think it's a decay weight yarn and a Krauseri alpaca, which I just had in stash for years.
Adorable. Is that?
Where's the tag? She was playing with my tags yesterday because I took it to when I saw her yesterday. I took my stuff so I could check the fit. But anyway, so this is there we go. This looks
like a circular yoke.
It is a circular.
It is a circular yoke. Yeah.
It's Cat and Sparrow Superwash Blueface Leicester. So that's a DK weight.
Okay.
And this is a Krauseri alpaca that I had by some German dyer because I bought some skein of yarn on Distash. But that skein of yarn I wanted came with this Krauseri alpaca, which didn't go with the other skein at all.
That match is incredible.
Yeah, this was like a completely random skein. I'm like, I don't know what to do with it, but it came with it. So I'm like, well, okay. But then, I found this that they match perfectly. Yeah. But because it's only DK, I didn't think it would be enough for the whole sweater. So I found these Hedgehog yarns bowl, and it kind of has this little greenish specks in it as well. Yeah. Oh, there we go. There they are. So I thought, well, with the suri, it'll be okay. Yeah. So I'm using that for the collar and the rib.
Yeah.
I'm knitting between a smaller size and a second size because I say she's quite small. The collar looks tiny, but it just stretches.
You could almost do the sleeves. That couldn't you?
Yeah, well, I have enough left because I've done the body now.
Yeah,
so I've got enough left. I think for the sleeves, and then I might just do longer cuffs or stripe it a bit towards the cuff.
Yeah.
So I've got enough. But so that's
and it's lovely and soft
it. So I've finished that. Yeah.
That's really nice.
And it should fluff up except the wash as well. I want them to be fluffy. She likes them.
Yeah.
But what my sister-in-law says now is that one of them, because I've got loads, that now she's got quite a few of sweaters I knitted. It's easier because she can put them in a separate pile and wash them all together.
Yeah.
So they're less likely to end up in
just throw one odd one in.
Yeah, average pile. I did also give her the tip that you can wash it in the sink, but then chuck it to spin in the washing machine.
That's what I do with mine.
Yeah, because the spinning won't felt because when you spin, it just usually sticks to the sides of the drum anyway.
Yeah.
So it won't felt it. It's the agitation during the washing process, especially if there are flipping towels in it. Sorry. That's when things get felted. But so at least even if the baby things gets felted, it didn't take me 2 weeks to knit it, it didn't cost me a fortune to buy the yarn. So this is my other one that hopefully will be finished soon. It's just a circular yoke. It doesn't have any short rows, but because I hate things without short rows, even though it'd probably be fine for the baby, I still add a few short rows at the back. Well, here I added them when I was done with the last increase. Yeah. But sometimes I do them before the last increase. But I just think it fits better everybody, kids, adults, when there are some short rows. And it's not, I only do for a kid. I think I've read that somewhere that for children you can only just get away with like 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters of short rows. For an adult, you need more like 3 to 4, and for men, even more.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so I go for so as long as, and this is such a large gauge, so 2 stitches is 1 centimeter, 2 rows is 1 centimeter. So I only need a few back and forth.
Yeah, it doesn't take long, does it?
No, and it's all good. So, but it's a bit long for her, but it should last her all winter and stuff. So that's my other
love it.
Little project. Yep, that's all my works in progress.
Okay, cool. I would just very quickly show you something that, because I think it's really cool. I was, for my Socktober, I had 2 pairs of socks on the go. I had the ghosty socks, and then I had another colourway from the Christmas Halloween colour, which is pretty hideous. It's not my go-to colour. It's not my go-to colour. But it is a Halloweeny colour.
It looks better in socks than it does in a skein.
Yeah, so that's the colourway, and this one was called.
I think some people really love the combo of orange and pink, but I think it's the wrong orange for the pink in the
Casket Cackle. It's called.
It looks like casket.
Yeah, and it came with that mini.
Oh wow! Lovely.
Yeah, I know. Put your sunglasses on, but
that's a choice.
So.
But it looks lovely in a sock.
It's on some Christmas needle cozy, because I decided I'd knit these with DPNs just for a change, and I wanted to knit long socks. So this is why these weren't finished, and they weren't getting, because the leg isn't anywhere near finished yet. So that's how it's knit out. I just put a touch on there, just an homage to the fluorescent green there. And then I did, because I was doing increases and I thought I'd make it interesting, I did a row of pearls, decreases. So I cast on 72 stitches so that it got higher up my leg. And then I decreased 4 stitches every 2. So I went from 72 to 68 to 64. So every, anyway, you can see that's where I did the decreases. And now I'm just knitting. So from there down would be my normal sock, 64-inch thing. And so I'm going to keep going with that. I don't want to rush them because I wanted them to be long socks because they're a bit wacky, and I thought that would be really good fun. I did wind off half a skein, so I know I've got this much to keep going. But the thing I wanted to mention was that I recently found a new to me podcast, which is Cozy Meadow Knits, Sophie. Check her out. She's a lovely Canadian lady. And she's just started doing a very informal, I believe she calls it the Book Sock Club. And it's where you kind of match your socks to the book you're reading in term for the cover. Because a lot of indie dyers obviously take book covers as inspiration to dye yarn. But this is kind of a reverse. And I happened to be reading the latest Richard Osman novel, hence obviously the name of our podcast. And I couldn't believe it. As soon as I saw Sophie did this, I had to get this out. Can we just say,
good match. Yeah.
How cool is that look for my book sock club? You couldn't really dye a yarn to match that more with that.
Well, you could choose the red colour instead of pink.
Okay, shut up.
Sorry.
The pink, yeah. So that's my book sock club, and I think I might be tempted next pair of socks I cast on to see what book I read.
Yeah.
The only thing is I read a lot of Dickens, and they're quite dark and dirty, so I wouldn't want to.
Well, there are some of those new, very fancy looking.
That's true, like the Folio Society. Yeah. Certainly things like the Jane Austens and Little Women, that sort of thing.
There's some Dickens ones like that.
So but I just wanted to share that because of that. So I might do some more book sock club. Thanks for that, Sophie, getting me onto that. And look at this gorgeous project bag. I got this from it's Tilda fabric, I think, but I got it from So Sweet Violet before they closed their doors. So cute. So I think that's all our actual knitting.
Yeah.
Are we going to talk about cast on plans?
Sure.
We could talk about our next kind of
thing.
So what are you going to cast on next?
Well, I chose the yarn before I chose what I'm actually going to make with it. So I've been wanting like a green sweater because that seems to be a thing.
Can I just say, a green sweater in a green bag.
Happens to be in a green bag.
Yeah.
Both deep stash yarns. You know that matcha colour?
I was going to say it's matcha, isn't it?
Yeah, from Peer Gynt. Not Peer Gynt, sorry, Sandnes Garn.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of wanted that, but then I looked at my stash and I found this yarn. So these are both very deep stash. So this is like an old Sandnes Garn alpaca. Like it's an old label of Sandnes Garn.
I've got that yarn as well. I've got it in pink. The mini alpaca.
But that's like a really old label. So
it is, yeah.
I said that to everybody I've ever met. But about 10 years ago, my husband brought me a whole 5 bags of yarn.
That's the dead lady's yarn.
From the dead lady.
Sorry, so call it the dead lady's yarn.
His boss's wife passed away unexpectedly, and she was a prolific knitter by the look of it, and she had so much. I think she got me into cones. So he just gave him all the yarn she had. Well, her friends took some, and then what was left over, he brought me. And I still haven't worked through all of it. And there were loads of cones. She had loads of lovely cones of like cashmere silk, and I'm slowly getting through them. So this yarn was in there, But because it's such a bright green, and 10 years ago, I'm like, I don't know, am I ready for that?
Yeah.
But now it seems to be in fashion. And then I bought these because it's such a lovely yarn. That was ages ago I bought as well. This has been in my stash for ages.
Debbie Bliss.
It's Debbie Bliss Falkland Aran, and it's just extra fine Falkland merino wool. I bought it thinking I was going to make something for the children because I have multiple nieces and nephews. But then it's not super washed, so I'm like, I don't know, maybe not. So
towels, that's all I'll say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, because I've made a few things and I've never seen them worn because I think they got felted. Because the things I made in superwash things, I've seen worn.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But
you see them all quite regularly, don't you?
Yeah.
So
and then I understand people don't always want to wear it, but they liked them when I made them. But then I reckon they got felted because I think they would have been worn because one was I think one was cashmere and cotton, and I did worn. I said it's not, but. Anywho,
yes.
Whatever. I'm not bitter at all. Yes.
I'm not bitter.
No, I'm not bitter at all. But yeah, so I've got this too, and I'm like, well, why don't I combine this one with this one?
Oh, to get really chunky.
Well, it will be, but it's not actually. This one is 180.
So these are the Debbie Bliss.
Yeah, these are 100. I've just found them up yesterday in very loose balls. They're 180 meters per 100 gram. And this one is 100, and this one's basically, alpaca is 300 meter per 100 grams.
Yeah, because that's a sport weight, isn't it?
So divided, they're just about the thickness of Peer Gynt.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, well, that's like worsted weight. So I'm thinking of, and because I only have 4 of these, 400 grams, I'm thinking something short-sleeved, and I'm thinking of doing this 2 of ones t-shirt, Summer League Cut-Off it's called.
Oh,
I'm not going to do this.
That's not Petiteknit,
it's
though.
stupid, but no.
Oh,
it's this t-shirt. It's a free pattern on her blog, or you can buy the pattern. I haven't bought it yet. I think it'll be fine on the blog because it's only a raglan. So all I need really is the numbers. Yeah. So I'll probably just she's got a pattern for Autumn League pullover, and that's a proper sweater. And I like this detail, that the cross thing.
Oh yeah, hold that
cross
up.
stitches.
Hold that up a bit closer.
Yeah, cross stitches. So I'm thinking that because that works for the gauge. She has a rolled bottom and the sleeve edges, and I don't really I think it looks way too unfinished in that picture.
Yeah, that's a bit strange actually because it's quite a thick neckband, thick neck, isn't it?
Yeah, and then it's just all kind of weirdly rolled.
Yeah.
So I'll either do it the way the Petiteknit does it. You do 4 rows of ribbing, and then you do 4 rows of stockinette. So it rolls, but not past the ribbing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll either do that or just do normal cuffs. So right now this is what I'm thinking. So that's once I finish my Frankie, that's what I will cast on.
Next one.
With this crazy green colour.
Nice. I love that green.
While it's in fashion.
Yeah, I've been so tempted to buy that green.
Yeah, I love greens and I love blues. Like most of my house seems to have blue things in it. But yeah, for some reason it just it was just there for so long, and now I think this was too thin on its own. And I didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with mine. I'm stuck with mine at the moment.
Well, I think holding it together with something
will be the thing.
The bee's knees.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the only other thing is just a really quick mention. I'm gonna, once I finish my cardigan, I'll make a sweater for the sister-in-law that has got the baby things.
Oh yeah.
For Nicole, because she hasn't actually got any sweaters by me,
or
any garments by me, so she needs one. And I've got this yarn and cone. I've got more of it. It's just it's Italian. It's quite a well-known Biagioli Modesto mill in Italy, and this is 30% cashmere and 70% merino. It doesn't it always looks so sad in a cone.
It does.
But as an experience, it blooms so beautifully.
Yeah.
Because I've made for her husband, so that my brother-in-law is actually my husband's brother. I made him a sweater with, I think it was only 20% or 10% cashmere. Oh no, it's bloomed so beautifully.
Is it?
It's for his birthday. So it's going to bloom. It's going to look lovely. And she likes muted colours. They live on a farm, they work on a farm, so they don't do fancy. They want practical. So yeah, I think I'm going to hold it double because it's not very thick. I've calculated it. So it has...
is it 4-ply?
It's basically
fingering weight.
It's just also, I think this was from eBay. So I get my cones either on eBay, because there are a few sellers that consistently sell cones because they import them from Italy. So they usually come from production of clothing, and then they have leftovers and they sell it. And it's very popular in Eastern Europe. I think there was somewhere in Lithuania, there was like a massive, which looks like a warehouse, and you could just go and buy the cones. It looks amazing, but I don't know how to get there. Anyway.
Just as well. Yeah.
Yeah. They love them in Eastern Europe, the cones, and I think a few sellers on eBay sell it. But they sell it from the UK. They are in the UK now. But anyway, so it's either on eBay, I look for cones, or on Yarn on Cone. But on, this is... Yeah, so the yarn and cone usually just says NM and then it says a number.
Yeah.
It's 3/ it's a number and then another slash and another number. So the first number means how many strands is in a plies in one strand.
Yeah.
So 3, so this is a 3 ply. And the number after it either tells you the meters per gram or per kilogram. Because this is 15,000, that's clearly per kilogram.
Yes.
So what is that going to be then? Is it 150? Yeah, so this is 150 per...
Kilogram.
No, 150 meters per 100 grams.
Oh, okay.
I think, because it doesn't look like it will be 1,500, so it's got to be 15...
No, because it would be much thicker.
Yeah, sorry, 15,000... God, my math is not mathing at the moment. Well, as I say, it does bloom, so it can be hard to tell. Oh, goodness. So if it's 15,000 per kilogram divided by
100.
Well, we'll divide it by, so we know what is in 100 grams. Isn't that fascinating, isn't it? Yeah, so we divide it by 100, so that's 150.
Is that 150 yards per 100 grams?
Yeah.
So that's more worsted Aran weight, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it, does it? I need to... Well, I'll swatch anyway.
We'll get back to you. Yeah. Watch the space.
I'll swatch anyway.
Yeah.
Before going ahead. And then I'll show you how the swatch blooms.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they bloom like crazy.
That's the thing that puts me off cones. I mean, we'll see that I have actually conceded. There's one of mine sitting on the table there. Is working out... I bought it as a 4-ply weight, because obviously it's not necessarily 4-ply, but it's a fingering weight.
Yeah. Okay, I've
which
got
makes life easier.
I think because I learned that and then I forget it. The system. I think
have to times it by 3.
Yeah, I think it's 1.5. Yeah, I think it's 450 then.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah, so that's 450. So this is basically stock weight. So if I hold double. And again, it will bloom.
Yeah, you get your DK weight.
It'll be decay and it will bloom and it'll be lovely. And I'm thinking making something like either one of the simple Petiteknits with just the full, but like you've got one somewhere here.
The Louvre
sweater. Yeah, because I've made one and I'll just make I'll make the fold down collar rather than a high neck. Or something like Frankie or something like that as well. Or Ivy Sweater. Ivy Sweater is quite good. So anyway, just something really kind of simple. Practical. And I think, as I say, the yarn will be lovely, so it will bloom and it will look good in just a simple classic sweater. So that's my 2 projects that will come, and then I'll probably find some more.
Well, yes, that's the trouble, isn't it?
Oh no, I'll find some leftover either alpaca fluff or mohair and make another little sweater.
Oh
for
yeah,
Alex.
yeah. Your nieces and nephews do really well. Well, as we just talked about, I've got 2. Cast-ons next. I have actually got a couple more that I've got to finish. I've got some Christmas gift knitting, but the sweaters are well underway for that. The one I'm going to cast on for myself is the Louvre sweater by Petiteknit. That one there. And I have treated myself recently because I belong to Molly's Patreon, Homespun House, and she got me hooked on her new sweater colour, which is called Sweater Weather.
Lovely.
And I just fell for it for the name. And I'm getting more into creams. Historically, I've always been about the jewel colours, but I'm getting more into creams and browns. So, yeah, I think you can see that on there. So I bought myself a sweater's quantity of this, and it's her non-superwash merino DK because I wanted a non-superwash because I'm larger and sweaters obviously then have got more yarn and they're heavier. Superwash just drops with me. Oh, there's the doorbell again.
I'll go get it while I'm talking.
You go get it. I'm talking. So forgive the Arena's at home here. That's fine. So I shall keep talking, and hopefully we won't have to cut this out. So yeah, so that's Molly's tag. You probably all know about her, and it's 100% non-superwash merino. So I'll be casting on the Louvre sweater, and then because I've got enough heavy sweaters going on now that will see me through, and I won't get any more knit for this winter probably, I decided I needed to think in advance about my spring summer knitwear because they're finer yarns. I end up only knitting one because it takes me longer because it's fingering weight. So I decided to start looking now. So once I finish my winter sweaters, I am going to start knitting, let me find it to show you, this one. It's the Coletti by Sari Nordland, and I've been put onto Sari Nordland thanks to Casey of Young Folk Knits because she knits a lot, and also I recently watched the Sari Nordland and Kutvakika, the Veronica Lindberg, is it she Lindberg? Anyway, Kutvakika podcast, which I really enjoyed. Is that exciting? Always exciting post to come. That's the top I'm going to knit. You haven't seen that, have you, Irina?
No.
So
It looks nice.
I'm pushing myself out there a bit because I'm a bit lazy about cables and things. But I decided that would be a really nice summer's top. I'm working on a handmade wardrobe. Haven't really got time to go into that now, but next time perhaps I'll talk about it because I'm sewing clothes as well. And I'm sewing some trousers and things, and I need tops. I struggle sewing tops for myself because I'd get them to sit nicely on the frontage as we discussed. So I thought if I can knit a few more lighter weight tops, then that will save that. So I'm knitting that. It's knit in sock weight or fingering weight yarn. No, it's not. It's actually, it does use fingering weight, but it's held double. So it's a DK weight. So I actually, influenced by my good friend here, bought a cone of 100% merino.
That's soft. I do have one. That's not touch that. But yours looks fluffier than the one I have at home.
And this is yarn 2 cone.
Yeah, that's woolly
knits.
Woolly knits on Instagram. They aren't they?
I kept the thing side note. So yeah, woolly knits.
Yeah.
And again, I got this from, I heard Casey from Young Folk Knits talk about woolly knits, and I thought, it's going to be an American thing, but it wasn't. It's a British thing.
Yeah. I watch occasionally. Tradition. Oh my God, traditional.
Knitting traditions.
Knitting traditions. That's
it.
She uses the
So when you were talking about that one, I thought, well, I didn't see any cashmere blends, but obviously I wasn't.
No, because the thing is now because I can get stuff with cashmere.
Yeah, well, why wouldn't you?
And at a very affordable price, I always go to yarn on cone, and they always have
as opposed
a lot
to
of
yarn
cashmere.
2 cone.
But these are really nice as well.
Yeah.
Although I did find their British wool very scratchy, and they made a cat.
I avoided the British wool.
Yeah, but the merino is
they have British wool or they have merino, and I thought, no, do that. Hold this double. This is a 500 gram cone, and it has about 400 and something meters per. So that's a good 2,000 2,000 meters, which even held double will probably do me for that top because it's a short sleeve top.
Yeah.
So I'll wind it off and hold it together. And in fact, they did say that it's got 2 ends. So you can pull, but I don't know about that.
Clever.
That would be useful, save winding it off. Yeah. I'm sure they sold it as a two-ended cone.
Wow.
And it's 100% merino, so it feels nice. I thought nice neutral colour. So watch this space to see how my Sari Nordland top goes.
So you're going to be holding a double, did you say?
Yes. Yeah. She holds knitting for Olive double, but and it looks.
You see, the only thing about patterns like that with holes over them are boobs. I always think, I don't want my bra to show through those holes.
I don't think they would though.
No. I guess this one's got fluff as well. This one doesn't have so much fluff.
Yeah, because that's got silk. I think that's pure silk. So that would be.
Yeah, but with fluff should be fine. Yeah, because I'm always a bit kind of cautious over holes over the.
I was gonna. They're the eyelets
Yeah.
that Irina's talking about.
Yeah.
But they're above and below. At least
Yeah,
they're not
should be
nipple
fine.
line.
Yeah.
That would be... Sorry,
Think
I don't know
it's
if I was
fine.
supposed to have said that.
You
but-
could just squeeze one out through the hole.
But oh, stop. That
Sorry.
bit. Anyway, this is where it starts to decline.
Yeah.
So we've been grown up until now.
Yeah.
So that would be... That's going to be... And I've got a few other summer tops. If that works, then I am going to hit the yarn on cone.
You don't want to wear that in summer though. That's a bit fluffy.
Yeah, but it's
Summer.
short-sleeved.
Yeah, but it's very fluffy for summer.
Well, I'm not going to wear it during a heat wave.
No, okay.
But,
fine.
you know, spring
Yeah.
and autumn,
Oh, yeah.
that's really
yeah,
what
I'm the one
looking
to
for.
talk. I was just going to make a short sleeve top with that thick yarn. So.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
But
Just
yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
So I think that's all the knitting content. Heaven knows how long we've been. Probably about 2 hours. But, you know, it's a good introductory thing. You'll get an
Yeah.
idea of what you'd be in for if you wanted to watch us. I don't think...
I might get a bit less scattered, a bit more organised on my part in the future.
Well, I think also the initial thing as well is always bringing in loads to show and to talk about, and we can sort of pare it down a little bit. But to be honest, I really like long podcasts.
I
People
do
always
well,
apologise about doing long podcasts.
Well, I've
but
seen both opinions. Some people prefer them about half an hour times.
Yeah.
And others like a long one. But I don't mind long one. I'll just pause and come back to
Well,
it when
exactly.
I have
I
the
just
time,
stop
so I
it
don't-
and then come back a bit
it doesn't
later.
matter. I quite like it.
And
when
to be
it goes
honest,
on.
even when I was podcasting on my own, they were like an hour and a half long. So there was no way we were going to be short. So we're hoping to, if you know, people like this, I should do the whole thing. Please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Yes.
Thumbs up and subscribe.
I need to get an edit, a big bing, subscribe, and see. Let us know what you think. Comments on what we're knitting, whether you tried yarn on cone or not. I mean, it's quite interesting, I think, to see people knitting with things like yarn on cone because budget-wise, it's so much pocket friendlier.
Oh, very
But
much.
it's quite, I think it's a little bit of a minefield. I think it can be a bit scary for people to buy a cone.
Yeah.
I mean, this cost me £30. So if I get that nice top,
Yeah.
I'd be well happy. This, on the other hand, cost me
Yeah.
a lot more than £30. But, you know, mix it in, mix and match, I think.
But because I need so much, if I bought yarn
Yeah.
at full price every time, I would have had to remortgage the house by now.
Yeah, you'd be on baked beans for dinner.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I like beans, not baked beans. But anyway, yeah. So that would be, so that really helps. But like now when I need, also I think because it's become so common to hold two yarns together,
Yes.
it kind of pops in my head more. And because the second yarn is always like lace weight, I
Yeah.
think it's much easier to start there. So you have one main yarn and then you could just go, for example, like yarn on cone.
Yeah,
Just find yourself some
yeah.
alpaca, or well, I looked at their mohairs. They had like boucles and things like that, but not like a proper what we used to mohair silk to at the moment anyway,
Or
on
a
that
suri.
website specifically.
Yeah. Mm.
But I like alpaca anyway, so it's fine by me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and because you hold it together, there's not much pressure on it to be specific weight or whatever. You just want it to fluff up, and it will.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I think that's just a good place to start. And that cost me only £20. And if I bought actual silk mohair or whatever, it would have been so much more expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so I find it a very nice way to get much nicer fibres.
Knowing,
for
just
much less
having that
money.
little bit of knowledge of mixing things up and mixing things in. And like you said, I mean, hitherto, it drove me mad that every pattern I looked at was, hold, you know, merino fingering weight with mohair silk, which doubles the cost of the project effectively, doesn't it? And I used to get so cross. But now, of course, people are much more, you know, I started knitting actually initially with drops, suri alpaca, but I know Cama Rose do a lovely one, Midnatasol and things like that. Yeah. So you can get lots of alternatives now and, get a yarn on cone and you could add a bit of bougie yarn to that to give it the floof or, you know, even if you bought some hand-dyed suri to that, it's still going to keep the cost much more cost effective.
The like even Isuka now do like alpaca yarn. They might have done it for a while, but or Filcalana, they do very thin alpaca, and that makes it very affordable as well. Because alpaca seems to be a lot cheaper than mohair silk.
Yeah.
But it still gives you the fluff.
Yeah.
And because I bought some when we were in Norway of Isuka, and you only need like a few balls, so that does make it more economical.
Yeah.
So looking elsewhere than just mohair, and like I don't really want everything that fluffy like mohair.
No.
But I do find like a little bit of fluff just makes like the stitches look more even.
Fills it out a bit.
Yeah,
And,
so it's just nice to have some kind
I
of
think so.
fluffiness to it a bit. Thanks for the winter knits.
Okay. Well, that's probably it, isn't it?
Yeah.
We shall sign off now. Thank you for joining the Monday Knitting Club. And yeah, we hope to see you again soon.
Yeah, next time it might be a Wednesday knitting club.
It
or
might
a
be.
Friday knitting club.
Or a Thursday knitting club. The Thursday needs to be the Thursday knitting club, really, doesn't it? But, you know, whatever. We're both pretty flaky, so we'll just get together when we can.
Yeah.
But hopefully regularly. I think, again, if the response, you know, if we get a bit of love, then I think we'll be more motivated. And also we've got things like crochet, because you crochet, quilting,
amazing quilting. There's some lovely quilting behind me.
You can see that on the back. Yeah, that's one of my quilts.
We've got to talk about that in the future.
And blankets and all sorts of things. So there's so much more to come. So we'll see you again soon. Okay, bye.
Bye.